So this time around, we're diving into something that I've seen like everywhere online lately. Making like over 8 grand a week just by creating, simple videos using Canva. I mean, it sounds kind of crazy, right?
Yeah.
Too good to be true kind of thing.
Yeah, it definitely piques your curiosity. And I think what's interesting about this one is it's not just like some random claim. There's like a whole strategy behind it.
Yeah.
A method to the madness, so to speak.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
it's not just, slapping some stuff together and hoping for the best.
Right. And to get to the bottom of it, we took a deep dive into this YouTube video. It's by, get this, Wholesale Ted. Catchy name, right? But the video is called, and this is where it gets good, The New Way to Make Money with Canva, parenthesis, 8K plus per week, close parenthesis. So, they're not being subtle about it.
No, they're not shying away from those numbers.
No, not at all. Which honestly kind of makes you wonder if it's legit. But I will say this, the video itself, it's actually 17 minutes long. And I know that's a commitment for a YouTube video these days, but I watched the whole thing.
Oh.
So you don't have to.
You're doing the hard work for us.
Someone's got to do it.
So 17 minutes, there's got to be something of value in there.
Oh, there is. There totally is. It's not just about Canva either. It's about like understanding how to really use AI tools and play to the algorithm, especially on places like YouTube Shorts and TikTok.
And that seems to be where a lot of this kind of stuff is blowing up these days, right? Like short form video is where it's at.
Absolutely. And this video, it focuses on creating what they call list challenge videos, which is basically, it's like a new spin on those quiz style videos that are everywhere.
Yeah.
Like top 10 scariest movie moments or 5 foods you won't believe are actually healthy.
Right.
That kind of thing. But with this added quiz element.
So it's like they're gamifying it a bit.
Exactly.
To make it more engaging.
Yeah. Yes. And the reason it seems to be working so well, like the reason these videos are blowing up, is they tap into something, kind of primal in our brains, like that need for completion. We start a quiz. We feel like we have to see it through to the end.
Oh, 100%. I am so guilty of that.
Yeah.
I get sucked into those quizzes every time.
It's like they know, right? But the video, it actually gives some pretty compelling examples of, how well this works. They talk about this one channel that used this method, and they gained like 20 million views.
Wow.
And 100,000 subscribers in 2 months.
That's insane.
2 months. That's bonkers.
That's the dream right there.
Yeah.
But it shows you the potential of this format, especially when you then add in the monetization aspect.
Right.
Because we're talking YouTube AdSense, we're talking TikTok's Creator Rewards program.
Mm-hmm.
There are real opportunities to actually make money from these videos.
Yeah, and that's what I think is so intriguing about this whole thing. It's not just about going viral. It's about like the potential to actually turn that virality into, cold, hard cash.
Sure. Right. Turning those views into dollars.
Exactly.
Which is what we all want to know about, right? How much can we actually make from this?
Okay, so let's talk money. Because the video, it actually does a good job of breaking down the math.
Okay.
At least for YouTube, it comes down to RPM.
Right. Revenue per mil or revenue per 1,000 views.
And this can vary, obviously, depending on a bunch of factors. But creators typically earn somewhere between 10 to 20 cents per 1,000 views.
Which, it might not sound like much at first.
Right. It's like, what is that, a cup of coffee for 1,000 views?
But those numbers, they add up fast.
They really do, especially when you're talking about videos racking up millions of views. And they showed this one video that had something like 23 million views. And they did the math, and even at like a modest RPM of, say, 15 cents, that's still over $3,000 from one video.
Yeah, and that's just from AdSense.
Yeah.
We haven't even talked about things like sponsorships or affiliate marketing.
Right. There's a whole other level to this. And then there's TikTok, which has its own Creator Rewards program.
Right. And that can be even more lucrative.
More lucrative. How so?
Well, from what I've seen and heard from creators, the earning potential on TikTok can be significantly higher. Like we're talking potentially close to $1 per 1,000 views.
Wow. Okay, so TikTok is where it's at then.
Well, it's not quite that simple. There are some caveats.
Like what?
Well, for one, you need at least 10,000 followers to be eligible for their Creator Rewards program.
Ah, okay. So you can't just start making money right out of the gate.
Exactly. You need to build a following first.
But still, if you're creating these super engaging, viral videos, hitting that 10,000 follower mark, it doesn't seem that far-fetched.
And the video actually addresses that. They argue that this format, these list challenge videos, they're already primed for virality. They're short, they're attention grabbing. So building a following, while not guaranteed, it's certainly achievable.
So it's like a calculated risk. You put in the effort to create amazing content, and the algorithm hopefully rewards you for it.
Exactly. It's about working smarter, not harder.
Okay, so we've established that there's serious money-making potential with this method. But how does it actually work? Like, what tools do you need to make this happen?
Well, that's the best part. It all relies on tools that are completely free to use.
Wait, free? Like, no hidden fees, no sign up for premium to unlock this feature kind of thing?
Nope, completely free.
I'm listening.
We're talking Canva, of course, because you got to have those visuals, but also AI powerhouses like ChatGPT and 11 Labs, and then a video editing app called CapCut.
Hold on, AI powerhouses, like those are involved too.
Oh, yeah. They're like the secret sauce that ties everything together.
Okay, you're blowing my mind right now. So break it down for me. What role does Canva play in all of this?
So Canva is essentially your design workhorse.
Yeah.
It's where you're going to create the visual template for your list challenge videos.
Okay.
So think of it like creating a blueprint. You're going to use it to incorporate stock footage, add text elements, create a specific visual style. That way you can reuse it over and over again.
So like those videos with like the darkened footage and the really bright, bold text, that pops, you know?
Exactly. It's about making those visuals eye-catching. You've got to capture people's attention in those first few seconds.
For sure.
And Canva gives you the tools to do that without needing any fancy design skills.
And it's free.
And it's free.
This is wild. So we've got these awesome visuals from Canva, but like, what about the actual quiz part? Where do those questions come from?
That's where the AI comes in. ChatGPT, specifically.
Okay, ChatGPT.
Or any other AI chatbot that you prefer, really.
Right.
It's like having a team of trivia writers on call 24/7, ready to generate quiz questions on any topic you could possibly imagine.
So if I wanted to make a quiz about, like, I don't know, the history of rubber ducks, ChatGPT could just make up a bunch of questions about that.
Exactly. You tell it the topic, how difficult you want the questions to be, even the style of questions, like multiple choice, true or false, you name it.
And it just does it.
It does the heavy lifting for you.
That is amazing. Okay, so we've got Canva, we've got ChatGPT. What about that voice, that robotic voice that I always hear in those videos? Is that AI too?
Oh, you bet. That's 11 Labs.
11 Labs.
11 Labs. It's amazing.
Oh.
It's an AI voice generator that can create these really smooth, engaging voiceovers.
See, because I was going to say, my attempts at a like professional voiceover voice, not my forte.
Right, but that's the thing with 11 Labs. You don't have to be a voice actor.
Okay, good.
They have a whole range of AI-generated voices. So you can choose whatever tone and style you want for your video.
So I can sound like super professional and official, or like I don't know, at a rave.
Pretty much, yeah. Whatever fits your brand.
That's amazing. Okay, so we've got our visuals from Canva, our quiz questions from ChatGPT. We've got this like amazing voiceover from 11 Labs. How do we actually put it all together?
That's where our final free tool comes in, CapCut.
CapCut? What's that?
It's a video editing app
Okay.
that's super user-friendly.
Okay, good, because, you know, I'm not exactly a tech whiz or anything.
You don't have to be. With CapCut, you can seamlessly stitch all the pieces together.
So it's like the glue that holds everything together.
Exactly.
Okay.
Your visuals, your voiceover, captions, sound effects, it's all done in CapCut.
So I can add like those little progress bars that show how far along you are in the quiz.
Exactly. And you can even add those, you know, like those little ticking timer sounds.
Oh my gosh, I love those.
Right. Just builds the anticipation.
It's like, come on, give me the answer.
Exactly. It keeps people hooked.
It's like a little mini thriller, but with trivia.
I like that.
Right. Okay, so I've got all of these tools, but I'm curious, like, what are some other tips they give? Because there's got to be more to it than just, you know, putting the pieces together.
Oh, yeah. There are definitely some, like, strategic nuggets in the video.
Strategic nuggets?
Yeah. Like, for instance, when you're creating your visuals in Canva, they recommend using darker stock footage.
Darker footage. Is that like an aesthetic thing?
It's actually about visual psychology. See, the darker footage creates a higher contrast with the text, which makes the words pop more and it grabs the viewer's attention.
Okay.
It's subtle, but it's really effective.
So it's all about those little details.
Exactly. Those small tweaks that make a big difference.
Okay. I'm into it. Give me more nuggets.
Right. Here's the other one. They advise using 4 different stock videos, each about 15 seconds long.
Okay. That makes sense.
But here's the catch. The last video, it should be just a tad longer, like 15.1 seconds.
Wait, what? Why? Why would you do that?
Because TikTok and YouTube Shorts have different requirements for their monetization programs.
Oh, right.
For TikTok, your video needs to be at least a minute long.
Right. Okay.
But for YouTube Shorts, it has to be under 60 seconds.
So how does that work? Like, do you just upload two different versions?
Nope. That's the beauty of it. You just create one video with that slightly longer last clip. So it hits that 1 minute mark for TikTok. And then when you upload to YouTube Shorts, you just trim off that tiny bit at the end. That way it fits under their 60-second limit.
So you're basically gaming the system.
In a way, yeah. But it's not about being sneaky.
Right.
It's about understanding the rules of the game
Right.
and using that knowledge to your advantage.
That is so clever. I would have never thought of that.
It's about thinking strategically.
Right. Okay, this is blowing my mind.
Good. That's the way in for.
You know, when we first started talking about this whole Canva Cash thing, I was like, really? Canva Cash? Is that for real?
Yeah, it does sound a little too good to be true, right?
It does. Like, I don't know. It's like $8,000 a week just for making Canva videos.
Yeah, you always have to be careful with those kinds of claims online, right? There's a lot of hype out there.
Yeah, and it's easy to get swept up in it, especially when you see those big numbers.
Totally. But I think what struck me about this one, what made it different, was that it wasn't just about some, magical get-rich-quick scheme.
Right. It wasn't like push this button and make millions.
Exactly. It was about combining creativity, like actually making engaging content, with a real understanding of how these online platforms work.
And how to use them to your advantage, like with those video length tricks and the whole darker footage thing.
Precisely. It's about working smarter, not harder, right?
Right. Like leverage the tools that are out there, understand the psychology behind what makes people click, all that good stuff.
Absolutely. And I think that's what's so valuable about deep dives like this, even if you never actually make a single list challenge video.
Totally. It's about expanding your perspective, learning new strategies, and maybe even sparking some ideas you might not have thought of before.
Exactly. It's about planting those seeds of possibility.
And seeing what grows from there. Because who knows, maybe this is the thing that clicks for you, maybe it's not, but at least you've been exposed to a new way of thinking.
And you've gained some valuable insights into the inner workings of these online platforms. Because the reality is, the digital landscape is constantly changing. So the more we understand how it works, the better equipped we'll be to adapt and thrive.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So there you have it, folks, our deep dive into the world of Canva Cash.
We explored the tools, the strategies, the psychology, even a little bit of the philosophy behind it all.
And we walked away with a newfound appreciation for the power of creativity, AI, and a whole lot of strategic thinking.
So whether you're a seasoned entrepreneur or just starting to explore the world of online income, we hope this deep dive has sparked some inspiration.
Absolutely, because at the end of the day, the most important thing is to never stop learning, never stop experimenting, and never, ever underestimate the power of a good idea.
Well said.
Until next time, happy creating.